All right, everybody. So we here with our next interview, our next father. Tell me your name, man.
My name Poe.
This is Poe. All right, Poe. How many kids you got, man?
3.
You got 3 kids. All right, boy, girl.
2 girls and a boy.
2 girls and a boy. All right, that's what's up, man. So I'm just going around, man. I'm making sure that we can highlight fathers, man. So what would you say fatherhood in your sphere is right now? What does fatherhood mean to you, man, right now? What does it mean to be a father?
It's hard to really explain.
Okay.
You know, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because I just go every day.
You just do what you do, right?
Do what I gotta do.
What do you think? Okay, because you're right. Because most of us fathers, man, we just go do the thing. We ain't looking for no fanfare. We ain't looking for none of that stuff. What would you say the hardest part? What's the hardest thing you had to learn when being a father? Like, you know, we have an idea before we have kids, but when we actually had them, kids, man, what's one of those things where you're like, dang, I didn't know it was gonna be like this?
Patience.
Patience. Wow. Talk to me about patience. What have you had to have with patience?
Just really trying to put yourself back in the mind of a child. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't. You got to kind of identify. You got to understand.
Okay.
What a child is thinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand? In order to really understand what's going on.
Because they learning and growing and trying.
We had our chance to learn.
Right.
So we know, and they don't know.
That's real, man. Because the one thing that I think about with fatherhood is how can I be better? How can I be better, you know, next week, a month from now than I was in the past? Because we all still learning. Have you ever found how old are your kids now?
I got 13, 5 and 6.
5 and 6. Okay, so you had enough where it's like, have you felt yourself having to like apologize or back yourself back on something that you might have talked with them
all the time?
All the time.
All the time.
Give me an example, man. Give me an example of something where you're like, yo, I really had to. It don't have to be too deep. I don't want to get too personal, but just anything where you were like, yo, I didn't get that right. That was the one thing that I probably should have, you know.
Most definitely with my son.
Okay.
Just naturally because he's a boy.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a little bit more tough on him.
Of course.
And then sometimes you realize you was a little bit too tough. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to balance that, you know.
Girl dad and boy dad, you know what I'm saying?
That's real. So the boy's the oldest and the girl's the youngest?
No, my oldest daughter's 13.
Okay.
And I got a 5-year-old daughter.
Okay.
And I got a 6-year-old son.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So let me ask you, is there a non-negotiable, like a thing in the house where you're like, I'm putting my foot down, this can't happen, or this is the way we're moving as a family? Like, what's the one thing where you're like, nah, this is where I draw the line? What's that one thing? I know we probably got multiple ones, but that one thing that you don't tolerate.
I'm not tolerating the disrespect and the talking back. And
Yeah.
Nowadays, kids want to call you bro. I'm
not your bro.
I'm really not with it either.
I'm not your bro.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Don't bro me.
That's real, man. That's real, because it's almost like we lost a little bit of that respect, and it's a societal thing, man. What's the one thing you wanna that you feel like I want my kids to know, but you want them to know it before they turn 18? What's that one thing you're like, I really want them to get this thing? What's that thing you want them to get before they're 18?
Work for yourself.
Work for yourself.
Understand business.
Okay.
And just understand that you ain't gonna get nowhere without you wanting to get there. You're not gonna if you don't want to get there, you're not gonna get there. Nobody can get there for you.
You gotta have that motivation. You gotta do it on your own. It's all about you. That's what's up, man. Last question for you, man. What's the one thing that, let's say, you know, God forbid something happened to us as fathers, what's the one thing you want your kids to know about you? Like, you got the lesson, we got them, you know, working hard, making sure they move. What's the one thing you want them to know about you, to them? Like, the one thing you want to leave them with?
I did my best.
Okay.
And I got up every day to do it for them, so that they can have everything they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have a terrible childhood, but I know there was certain things I couldn't ask for. But I try not to put that limit on my kids. You can ask me for anything,
I love that.
and I want to provide it.
Wow, that's phenomenal, man. Because I always like to ask that question simply because a lot of times, sometimes we don't even express to them what the thing we want to leave them with. But I love the fact that you like, this is the one thing that I want to leave with them. Man, I appreciate it, man. That's all we doing, man. I appreciate you, man.
No problem.
All right, y'all. This is the next interview. We'll see y'all later.